yourself, because you are letting something not your size kill you. You are letting somebody who is not your weight class have too much authority over your life. You are letting, Yvette Henry, somebody who doesn't have your stamina dictate your happiness. So the gazelle has her neck in the clutches of the hunter. And I never found out what the hunter said. All I know is what the gazelle said to herself. The gazelle said to herself, I fell for the trap, but I'm not going to die in it. And that has got to be your conviction no matter what you fell for in 21. This year, I'm going to free myself from it. You got to believe in yourself and have faith in yourself. Here's your shout, that you are going to be free from, here it is, what you put yourself in. It was not what the enemy did to you. It is not what capitalism did to you. It ain't what the Tea Party did to you. What decisions did you make that got you choking to death? Who did you trust that had already proven untrustworthy? What was it in the vulnerability of your brokenness that allowed yourself to be under the dictation of somebody who resents your speed? They hate how far you have gone. They can't stand what you're doing without them. They are bothered by your unparalleled success. But Solomon said, free yourself.
Let me ask you this question. If you did not get paid to do your job, or money was not a factor, would you continue to do that job, or would you do something else every single day? The majority of people, like myself, if the money was not the driving factor in that job, I would not have done any of the sales jobs I've done, because I really have no interest in selling technology to companies. But if you feel like you're being complacent in your job today, either do one of the two following things. If you feel like you're getting capped on your earnings potential, start applying for other jobs. You don't have to have all of the skill set necessary in order to do the daily tasks of whatever job you're applying for. Instead, you can learn those skills. So make yourself marketable to other companies. Secondly, speak with your boss. If you feel like your earnings potential at your current company or role isn't necessarily capped out and there's room to grow, don't just wait several years for a promotion and them to promote you. Sitting down with them and saying, what are the key performance metrics that I need to hit in the next 3, 6, or 12 months in order to earn either 1, a promotion, or 2, more importantly, a pay raise, or both if they coincide with each other.
But you have to be patient. When you get to a certain age, you know it's a virtue. Patience has to be there, but that's something you have to develop. When you want to know something about somebody else, you learn to shut up, because they can't wait to tell you what their intent is with you, what their plans are with you, how they plan on treating you. But be patient, just be quiet and listen. I used to go to clubs when I was single.
This is your hour to live stress-free. For some of you, that doesn't mean anything. But for those of you who have been under heavy weight of stress, and you need God to alleviate the stress in your life, would you give God glory like all of it has been resolved? Y'all sound like you ain't been under that much stress. But if you've been under the kind of stress where you can't sleep through the night, it's impacting your eating, it's affecting your concentration, it's messing up your focus, but you are believing that before this month is over, everything that has been a trigger for stress is going to be arrested under the hand of the Almighty God.
I hustle. Sometimes I feel it is me against the world, when it is just me against myself. I am simply not in any competition against anyone. It is just me and myself on the way. I see nobody else. I am simply facing my own struggles. I believe I can handle that through God. I am never ashamed of the struggles. I repeat, I am never ashamed of the struggles. When I am down there starving, it is me. When I am broke, it is me. When all hopes are gone, it is me against against myself. I am not ashamed to say I struggle. I am confident of what put food on my table. I am proud of my sweat, proud of myself. It pays off, and I know one day it will pay big. Little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. If my hustle can't afford an empire now, I know one day.
And so the truth does set you free, but the problem is that it destroys everything that isn't worthy in you as it sets you free, and that's a process of burning. And it's painful because you cling to what you shouldn't be, partly out of pride and partly out of ignorance and partly out of laziness, and so then you encounter something true, and you all know this perfectly well, because when was the last time that you learned something important that wasn't a blow of some sort, you know? And it's often you look back at your life and you think, oh God, I really learned something there. I wouldn't want to do that again, but it really changed my life. I mean, sometimes it can really destroy you, you know, an encounter with the truth, and you never really recover. But now and then something comes along and straightens you out, and a lot of you has to go. A lot of you has to burn away.
Always keep your eye on the goal. The journey, it's easy to get discouraged, and it's easy to be deceived by the way the journey looks. But when you get to the end, you'll look back and you'll be like, this is what it took. Life is going to continue to knock you down. It's going to continue to throw hard jabs at you. It might knock you down, but it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. What matters is how many times you get back up.
The concept is very simple. Our mind works like a muscle. The more that you tell yourself something, the more that you start to believe it. And so very simply put, you need to start telling yourself that you are someone that prefers not to fap and that can control his urges. And you need to stop telling yourself the opposite. So when you wake up in the morning, think about your goals. Tell yourself that you are someone who prefers to do no fap. Tell yourself that you prefer to have this day where you do not fap over a day when you do fap. Tell yourself that you are someone who can control his urges, you know, and that you don't need to panic whenever you see a picture of a pretty Instagram girl.
Some people think they don't need anybody in this life. You need somebody in this life, I'm going to tell you that. God will not descend from heaven to help you directly. That is not possible. It passes through mankind. Respect humanity. Know how to talk. Sometimes what comes out of your mouth tells the world who you are. You're going to be carried by someone when you die. Or have you forgotten so soon? Then this is a simple reminder. You need people in every part of your life. You go to the bank, you go to work, religious organization, you meet people. Upon your riches, you still got paid by someone. This reminds me back in 2003 when Joyce Vincent died in a room from a very terrible asthma attack, and her body was there for 2 years with no friend knocking at her door. No family member or co-worker reached out to her, all because she wanted to live a very lonely life. Her body was later found by her landlord after she broke into her room when the rent was due in 2 years later. This should simply tell you, you need someone in your life regardless. We all need someone in our lives. Stop acting so big and remember 6 feet. If it's about your money, remember Mansa Musa, he never died with a penny. If it's about
the thing about low points is you have to remember something. Everything that goes bad in life, as well as good, it's all temporary. You can change it. So tell yourself if something is not going the way you want it to, and it's a low for you, it will get better. Time is medicine. And